Ladies and gentlemen, from Ohio University's own Student Senate, please welcome President Hannah Clouser and Vice President Courteney Muhl.
Thank you.
Excellent walk-up music. All right, we're here today to talk all about Student Senate here on campus. So can the two of you, as the organization's leaders this year, tell me a little bit about the overall purpose of Student Senate within the Ohio University community?
So the overall purpose of Student Senate is really to be the liaison between the administration and the students. So we're advocating for student issues, voicing student opinion to different offices on campus, different administrators, and also when administrators need kind of student input, they come to us and then we go to the students and let them know the general feelings.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about your goals for this year. You know, the organization kind of turns over every year after elections, kind of a new administration settles in. What was your administration's kind of top goals, and where do you feel you're at with those this year? Have you accomplished them? Are you on your way?
Yeah, we're really happy with where we're at right now. We've accomplished a lot of the goals that we had during election season, which is really exciting because we still have a whole nother semester to do even more. We could go through all of our goals from campaigning, but it would probably take up the whole show, so we'll just touch on kind of a few of the big ones that we've seen accomplished this year. So one of the biggest things was kind of bridging the gap between Student Senate and students. We noticed when we came in there was kind of a disconnect of students not knowing what Student Senate is or not knowing how to talk to student senators. So we made it a goal to bridge that, come closer. By doing that, we established a really, really great PR team. So they work together very well. Our social media has been completely revamped. We're really active on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Doing that, we're sending out monthly newsletters to all students via email. So most students, probably are just deleting them, but if you want to read it, it's there.
Goes to clutter.
But we've done a lot to really just reach out. We're tabling outside of the office, so we're not just inside, but really getting ourselves out there.
I think another big goal coming in this year for our administration was making sure that Student Senate is as efficient and as effective as it can possibly be. So as you mentioned, it changes from year to year, and so what that does is leave the body with people who may run it differently, who may interpret our governing documents differently, who may not know how to get off of the ground. So we're very proud of our brand new Judicial Panel, whose role it is to go through our Constitution and our rules of procedures and make sure that everything that's in those documents makes sense. And they are also holding us accountable. And so what they're doing is making sure that senators are doing their job and that there's not the ability for someone to get elected and then just be lax and not be following the rules as they are. So while we're doing all of this external groundwork, we're making sure also that when we do leave this body, the Senate is continuous and that whoever does take it over will be able to be just as efficient and as effective moving forward.
Does this new judicial panel, will it limit the possibilities for new administrations coming in, or do you see it as more of a kind of laying the groundwork so that people have something to build on once they're elected?
It's definitely, the goal is not to limit anything, but rather to maintain a consistency in how rules are perceived. However, the Judicial Panel will be sure that based on what our Constitution says and what's currently in our rules and procedures, there's no violations. So instead of having a Senate that does things one way and then another Senate get elected that does things completely different and throws all the rules out and then switch again, we're trying to eliminate that and instead kind of just have the same, at least baseline for student senates within, and then they can kind of do whatever they want with it.
Establishing continuity.
Exactly.
Okay. So we see a lot about student senate in the springtime, around election time. Chalk everywhere. It's like my driveway when I was 6 years old. It's great. I love it. But what can we do as students to get involved in student senate in the fall when we don't hear as much about it? I know you've talked a lot about how your public relations team this year is kind of almost putting the ball in students' court to get involved. What can students do to kind of take you up on that and join Student Senate or hear more about it?
So one thing that you can very easily do is follow us on social media. So we're at Ohio U Senate on Twitter and on Instagram, Ohio University Student Senate on Facebook. We streamline a lot of our events, seek out a lot of feedback using those mediums. So I definitely recommend that. Students can also always join us at our meetings. We meet every Wednesday at Walter 235 at 7:15 p.m. At the beginning of every meeting, there's a student speak out portion where you can come and kind of say what you're thinking. And there's also an intern program. So if students are interested in actually getting involved in Senate, the intern program is a great way to kind of see what Senate is like.
All right, so it sounds like there's lots of opportunities for students to get involved in. That's excellent. Well, join us after the break when we, along with the Student Senate President and Vice President, will help you have some more opportunities for Election Day and deciding the next President of the United States of America. Hannah, Courtney, thank you for being here.
Thank you,
Thank
Alex.
you so
Thanks for
much.
having us.
Thank you. Stay tuned to the evening show.